guys, it's me for the last time today. I think 3 videos in a day is plenty, don't you think? It is Saturday. Happy Saturday. It is Connie Cannot Talk Today video. Anyway, I was going to do this video last night and it was just too late and I just felt blah, so I didn't do it. Tell you, this is the, I changed my lipstick. This is the Clean Color Cherry. Very pretty, like a lot of women on YouTube do. Sit there like this, so their lips look bigger. Does this look natural on me? Anyway, this is the best smelling lipstick and tasting. Anyway, it's question and answer time. I ended up, ooh, that was dark. I was going to do a 25 question, or I was going to end this tomorrow. Well, I ended up, you know, there's just so much other stuff going on with the giveaway and all that kind of stuff that I ended up getting 45 questions. So let's get right into this so I can answer them all, okay? All right. First question is from Tawny Cat. Thank you for asking, by the way. She asked me 10 questions. First question was, I've got my handy-dandy paper, and I even wrote down answers just in case, so I wouldn't forget anything. So this is, let's put this on this side, I think. See how that does it? Have you ever had something happen to you that you thought was bad, but it turned out to be for the best? Now, I don't know if this was for the best. I love babies. I love children. I would have loved to have had more than one, which I essentially did. I got pregnant when I was 18. I was not married. The guy, I was a couple months pregnant and I got into a really bad, the accident that sent me through the windshield. 50 stitches in my face and stuff. The guy was so shallow that he broke up with me while I was in the hospital. So, anyway, I lost the baby 2 months later. So, you know, I thought it was bad that the guy broke up with me because I really cared about him. I can't say that I loved him, you know, but I'd been going with him for quite a while. And I cared for him deeply. But, he broke up with me at the worst time in my life. I didn't even know I was pregnant yet. After I told him I was pregnant, he thought it was a ruse to get him back. So, what a loser. So, you know, I thought it was bad, but it was the best thing that ever happened to me. Okay. The next question from Tawny Cat was, what was the last movie, TV show, or book that made you cry or tear up? I just rewatched, like maybe a week ago, P.S. I Love You. If you have not seen it, I highly, highly recommend it. It's got Gerard Butler, he's gorgeous, you know, he's an Irish guy. And it's got, I gotta look and see what her name is, Hilary Swank in it. And it's got Harry Connick Jr. in it, which you can't go wrong with Harry Connick Jr. I love him. But it's about this Irish guy and this woman that fall in love. She goes to Ireland on a vacation and they fall in love, get married, all this jazz. Well, he ends up with, I believe it was a brain tumor and died. Well, she sees him. You know, she thinks she sees him. He wrote all these letters to her and stuff, you know, to get her through her grieving process. It was, oh my God, it was such a good movie. I absolutely loved it. Plus, it's got one of my other favorite actors in it, Jeffrey Dean Anderson, is that his name? Jeffrey Dean. He was on Supernatural. He was the dad on Supernatural. He is my dream man. I'll tell you that right now. So if you've seen the movie, you know what I mean. Anyway, on we go. So anyway, I cry every time I watch it. Tawny Cat asked me again, what story does your family always tell about you? My mom is always telling how I mean, this is just something that I did. I was the world's clumsiest kid. I grew really fast when I was, 12, 13, so probably 12 or 13, yeah. And I was the world's clumsiest kid. And we had this backyard that went like this. And I would run. We had, this story's for another time, but we had a little lamb because it was in town, but my dad worked for a processing plant, and this mama sheep came in with a brand new baby, and they processed her. So my dad brought home the lamb because we were moving to a farm. So I would run with this lamb up and down and up and down, and I'd fall down every time. And I had a stubbed toe, a newly stubbed toe, every single week. So she tells about that all the time. Tells about that lamb and me and a Pekingese dog in the back seat when we moved. Tawny Cat also asked, if you could be a fictional character, who would you choose? You know, I thought long and hard about this, and, you know, I don't know a lot of the animation stuff nowadays, you know, like Belle and like, you know, I don't really know those stories. But Snow White comes to me because something bad happens to you and you rise above it. And who wouldn't want to be woken up by a handsome prince? I would. Okay, so Tawny Cat asked again, if you were reincarnated as an animal, drink, ice cream flavor, what would you be? I'd be a cat. They do what they want to do. They're on their own schedule. They can cuddle when they want to. They can ignore you when they want to. They, let's see, what else? A drink. Strawberry margarita. I don't know why. Just because I love them. And ice cream flavor would probably chocolate, or toasted almond fudge is what it's called, because it's yummy. Okay. Tawny Cat also asked, what was your favorite food when you were a child? I've had a lot of head injuries in my life. It's weird. I was in an accident when I was 14. This was my first bad accident where we went off of a ravine. A car hit us head on, and I broke. Back then you had the windshield, or not the windshield, the window rollers, you know, that you rolled down. They weren't a button. You rolled them down. Well, I broke that in half with my head. I've had quite a few concussions. I had a bad concussion when I went through the windshield, stuff like that. So I have a lot of long-term memory loss. So I don't remember tons about my childhood. I remember snippets. So my mom always told me that I would sit in front of the TV with a little toaster, a toy toaster, stuffed full of green onions, eating them. Okay, and Tawny also asked, what is one of your favorite quotes? My favorite thing is just a memory of my dad. When I broke my foot when I was 16, and he wrote, so sad, too bad, on there. And so I just always remember it. And the way it goes is, so sad, too bad, my dad. I don't know where it came from, where it originated, but my dad wrote, so sad, too bad, on there. So, I mean, you know, and then what goes around comes around. I love that one, because it's true. Tawny Cat, what chore do you all absolutely hate doing? I hate them all. I hate cleaning house. It is one of the worst things for me ever. Dusting, I guess, would be my worst, because I have a lot of stuff. So you have to move it all and dust it, and then dust under it, and then vacuuming is, you know, I used to love to vacuum, but it's really hard on my back. So that I vacuum one room, I have to sit down. You know, I'm getting old. Okay, So, Tawny Cat also asked, what sound do you love? A baby's first cry. There's nothing like it. And when babies laugh, and my son used to laugh in his sleep, and he would wake me up, and then I'd start giggling. And I'm sure my neighbors thought I was nuts. This was in the middle of the night. Both of us were cracking up. He was sleeping, I was awake. I love the sound of a really soft rain, not a hard rain, a really soft rain. I love the sound of birds in the morning. Okay, and Tawny's last question is, what was the first thing you bought with your own money? Now, like I said, I have trouble remembering, but from the accident that I was in, where I went off the ravine, I got an insurance settlement, and my dad let me buy a TV. So, you know, I would guess that was my money. They put it in a little trust for me. It wasn't a whole lot, but he let me buy a 19-inch TV or something. I think it was 19-inch for my room, and that was in the early 70s. So, okay. So next, well, and then I bought a brand new, in 1974, I bought a brand new Plymouth Duster. And if you guys don't know what that is, it's like a hatchback, where you can put the seat down and then it's just flat in the back. It was brand new, $3,900. To fill it up, it cost me $7 from empty to full. I do remember that. Okay, so the next question is from Shelby Cyrus. What made you start your channel, and how did you get the courage to do it? Well, you know what? I've been watching YouTube for a long time. I don't know when I started watching makeup videos, but I was hooked right away. I absolutely adored them because, you know, I just started. I used to wear makeup when I was younger, you know, but nothing like they wear today. You know, it was very simple, the blue eyelid makeup, you know, and mascara, and then a blush and lipstick. That was it. Foundation that never matched your skin. But I thought, you know, I started watching these people, you know, the gurus, which don't get me started. But anyway, there are some, most of the people that I am subscribed to, I mean, there's a few gurus that I watch that, like Emily Noel. I love her videos, but she's kind of down to earth. She doesn't, I get the feeling she doesn't think she's better than we are. You know what I mean? But there are some that I really get the impression that they think they're big stuff. That's all I'm going to say. But most of the people that I'm subscribed to are more down-to-earth people. They're like me. They stumble, they fall, they, you know, get back up. They're personable, they're funny, they make mistakes, they tell the truth, they, you know, stuff, you can tell when somebody's lying to you, you know. Anyway, I thought, well, you know what, if they can do it, I can do it, and I'm going to try to do it. And I fell in love with my first video. And I'm still learning. I learn every day. I learn from you guys every day. I need to get an editor, though, because my videos, I watched a few videos last night about beauty gurus, about people, they were kind of hateful videos, but I watched them anyway. And this one girl, she made me so mad that I disliked her. I mean, you know, I did this to her, and I wrote her a little comment. But she was, get the lighting right. You know, I don't have good lighting, but I will have, as soon as I get an apartment, I'll have a lot better lighting so I can sit in front of a window and do this. She said, get an editor. Nobody wants to hear you stumble on your words and stuff. Well, I wouldn't be real. I wouldn't be real life if I didn't stumble on my words, because I always do. She said, what else did she say that made me mad? I can't remember right now, but, and she was a very young girl. She's got a lot to learn, believe me. If she's perfect, good for her. I'm 58 years old, and I am as far from perfect as you can get. All right, I'm off my rant. I'm going to quit that question. Every time you do a video, it gets easier. I'll tell you that. You won't know until you try, just like me. If I would have hated it, I wouldn't have done my second video. But like I said, I learn every time. So try. That's all you can do. Okay. Shelby Cyrus also asked, do you have any kids or grandkids? I have a son, Casey. He's 35 years old. He lives in Portland, Oregon. He's married to Carrie. They've been married for, this year, July 4th, will be 11 years. They have a daughter, Clover, that is just turned 5 in March, and a son, Connor, that just turned a year in February. And they are the light of my life. They love... Casey went to... He graduated high school here. Then he went to Tampa, Florida to go to school for learning how to work the boards and stuff for music videos. I don't know. Or music stars, whatever. And then he decided he was going to move to Seattle because that's where, you know, the indie music scene is or whatever. So he drove from Florida to Seattle, I mean about as far across the country as you can get, by himself, and moved to Seattle. There he met Carrie, and they fell in love and moved to Portland. And then they got married and yada yada. They absolutely love it there. Of course, Carrie is from that area, but Casey will never come back here. He loves that area. So, anyway. So, once my mom's gone, then I will think about going there. Or going closer there, anyway. Shelby Cyrus also asked, have you ever been married? Yes, I was. I was married for, I've only been married once. And I still love my husband, my ex-husband. And that was 30-some years ago. I mean, you know, Casey was 3 years old when we got divorced. So you know how long it's been. I've been engaged to be married twice since then, and I always ended. Anyway, I don't want to talk about it. Shelby Cyrus asked, if you could move to a different state, which one would it be? And that would be Oregon, somewhere, or Washington. Anywhere close, so, you know, it's within a day's drive to go see the kids. Shelby Cyrus asked, where did you grow up? In pretty much this, I live in Mitchell, South Dakota. I lived in this approximate area most of my life. I have lived in Cedar Rapids, Iowa for a while, but around here most of my life. Shelby also asked, what do you do in your spare time? My passion, besides YouTube, is reading. And I read the pretty strange stuff. Everybody else thinks it's strange. I don't. I love it. But I read about werewolves and vampires, you know, love stories. You know, it's romance, but it's urban fantasy romance or paranormal romance type stuff. And that's typically all I read. I love that kind of stuff. Other than that, if I'm in the mood, I do some crafting. That kind of stuff. Okay, and Shelby, what are your favorite makeup products? Lipsticks. By far, lipsticks. Okay, so Miss Fayad 1979 asked, who are your favorite YouTubers? All of you guys, of course. For sure. I subscribe to every single one of you. If you subscribe to me, you're subscribed back too. Like I said, I really like the people that are real. Don't put on an act. There's a few I like. 37 Pipster Pam. I love her videos. So get this. I'm sorry. Jen Loves Review. Couponing Girls. Miss Shorty 22. Miss Fiat 1979. You know, I could go on and on. Next page. Miss Fiat 1979 asked, what are your favorite makeup brands? Physicians Formula. I love Physicians Formula stuff. And you know, it's a pricey drugstore brand, and so I can afford it when it's on sale. And if it ever comes to my Dollar Tree, which it hasn't, I'm very upset about that. I want those palettes, Physician Formula palettes, dang it. I also like Too Faced. I love e.l.f. products. I like all May stuff because it's made for sensitive skin. So is Physicians Formula. That's part of why I like it so much. Okay, so NKH2688 asks, what is your favorite eyeshadow palette? My favorite one that I own right now, my two favorites are, sorry about that, my Too Faced Natural Eye, which is this, and that came in a box that I got in one of my beauty boxes, and then I bought this one. This is my nude Physicians Formula palette. Love, 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 and I love the packaging too. Okay, so those are my two favorite palettes. Where was I? Eyeshadow palettes. NKH2688 asks, what is your favorite anti-aging products? I have the concealer that I really like, that I've used the last couple of days, that is Going Dry. That is Instant Age Rewind by Maybelline. And, you know, I don't use a lot, but I use the face wash from Meaningful Beauty, which is anti-aging. I like that. NKH2688 asks, what is the one makeup item you don't leave the house without? And that is lipstick. I never ever leave the house without having lipstick on. Okay, Dolores Lynn asks, what is your favorite book? And I have so many. I have probably 500 to 700 books on my Samsung right now, on my tablet. The one I'm reading right now is, it's book 6 actually. This is my 6th book in the series, and it's called World of the Lupi by Eileen Wilkes. If you guys have not, if you like this kind of books, and werewolves are my favorite. So if you like that kind of stuff, I really suggest you read her. It's Eileen, E-I-L-E-E-N, and Wilkes, I believe, is without an E. It's W-I-L-K-S. And if that doesn't work, put the E in there. But she writes urban fantasy. You know, it's not all, there's a lot of romance, but there's not that much sex involved in it, which I like a lot. Paranormal romance is more about the sex, and the minute you meet them, I love you, and, you know, all that kind of stuff, like contemporary romance, you know, but urban fantasy is more action first. Okay, Dolores Lynn asks, favorite movie? I have a few. My favorite movie of all time is called Yours, Mine, and Ours, and there was 2 movies by this name. One was remade with Dennis Quaid and I can't think of her name. Anyway, the first one was with Lucille Ball and Henry Fonda. That is my favorite movie of all time. I absolutely love that movie. I recommend it if you have not seen it. Hope Floats with Sandra Bullock and Harry Connick Jr. That is another awesome movie. You can, Mamma Mia. I loved that movie with Pierce Brosnan. I love him anyway. And Meryl Streep. Meryl Streep is one of my favorites. It's Complicated with Meryl Streep. That has Alec Baldwin and, of course, since I didn't write it down, I don't remember his name. Steve Martin. Very good movie. Hang on. Sorry about that. My mommy was on the phone. I have one more movie, and this one's more up my alley. It's called Vampires. It's written by James Cameron. Cameron, is that his name? or directed by him or something. But it has James Woods in it. Oh, it's so good. And then it had sequels too. One of the sequels had John Bon Jovi in it, which I'm over the moon over that guy. Okay. Dolores Lynn asks, favorite TV show of all time. Well, you know, when I was a kid, I know it was Lassie. I loved Lassie. I could tell you a story about that too. It's pretty cute. When I was little, I was like 5 years old, which I don't know how I got away from home, but we lived on a side street, and then there was a busy street, and there was this great big huge house, with a huge brick house. And Hubert Humphreys, if you've ever heard of him, he was a state senator. He was very, very big in our area. Well, he lived there. He had a dog. I don't think its name was Lassie, but it was a Shetland. What do you call them things? Anyway, what Lassie was. Beautiful, beautiful dog. But I went up the door, knocked on the door. His wife, Eleanor, answered the door, and I said, can Timmy come out and play? Some of you people probably won't know who Timmy even is, but that was Lassie's person. And then now, I think my favorite show that I can remember is Grey's Anatomy or ER, that kind of show. Okay, so let's keep going here, where I'm only half done, and I'm already 26 minutes. I think I'm going to be done, and then I'll do the rest of these here pretty soon. Tammy P., what would be your dream vacation? An Alaskan cruise. Someday I want to go whale watching. That is my dream. Melinda Fournier, will you be doing DIY? And it's possible. I don't know yet. I have no clue. Can't really answer that one. Thrifty Halls, do you knit or crochet, or do you do any other crafts? I've tried both, and I failed miserably. I just can't get the hang of knitting or crocheting. But I do loom knit. If you don't know what that is, look it up on YouTube. Loom knitting, L-O-O-M. And you can make some beautiful stuff when you loom knit. I haven't finished too many things. I've started a lot of things. Other than that, I like to do plastic canvas. It's simple. I like to make coasters and stuff out of that. Okay, number 29, Ramblings by Cat. What are some items that are on your bucket list? To see the ocean. I've never seen the ocean. To go whale watching, for sure. To be able to travel anywhere. To go back to college, which hopefully will be off my bucket list this fall. To find a man to live the rest of my life with. You know, a little hard to do when all you do is sit at home, but, you know, I haven't given up hope yet. Okay, 30 Ramblings by Cat. What are your top guilty pleasures? Buying makeup and doing YouTube videos. I mean, those are it. Shopping. 31 Ramblings by Cat. Where would you travel if money was no object? Alaska. I want to go to Alaska so bad. Portland, Greece, the Caribbean, Ireland, somewhere with a house on the beach. That would be my dream. Just to be able to look out at the ocean. You know, my dad always said, it's just water. But no, it's not. When you see it on TV and stuff, where you can stick your hand in the water, and, I mean, our water is all green or brown or, you know, yucky. I want to be able to look at that blue water and love it. Okay. 33 Ramblings by Cat. Do you have a dream career? Can you believe I still don't really know? I want to do something in an office, or I'd like to be, like my last job was a manager. And I loved it. I love doing schedules. I love being in charge. I love that kind of stuff. So that would be my dream career, and hopefully that will become possible if I can go to school. 34 Ramblings by Cat. Would you ever get another tattoo? Most definitely, if I could afford it. They're real expensive, and then there's this little thing called pain. I don't like. Excuse me, I don't like pain. But I would love to get like a ankle bracelet of some kind. And I've also seen those like rosaries that have the crosses going out on top of the foot. I would love to get one of those. I think they're beautiful. Okay, so 35 Ramblings by Kat. Would you ever get married again? Definitely, if I found the right man, I would. 36 Ramblings by Kat. What is your biggest fears? Other than the big ones, like losing my mom. That scares me every day. Or losing my kids or grandkids. It is bats. I am terrified of bats. Those little itty-bitty things, I'm terrified of them. I don't like wasps or bees. I'm scared to death of being stung. Okay, I'm trying to speed this up so I can finish this. 37, Rosie J. 1942. Do you like to read, or are you an avid reader? I am an avid reader. I love to read. Rosie J. 1942 asks, do you do any quilting? No, but if I had a sewing machine, I would definitely like to learn to quilt, because I love quilts. Rosie J. 1942, do you like jewelry? I absolutely love jewelry. One of these days I'm going to do my jewelry collection too, which is massive. I think. It's probably not to some people's standards, but it is to mine. That's why I'm giving some of it away in my giveaways. Rosie J. 1942, do you like to go fishing? No. I'm not a fish person anyway. I like shrimp, stuff like that, but just eating fish, I don't. I got burned out on it, and no. And they're slimy and they're icky, and no thanks. Sorry. I do like to go and sit in a chair and read a book while the other person fishes. That's fun for me. I like doing that. Okay. Nicole Amber, what is your occupation? I'm unemployed right now, but my last job was multi-unit manager. Nicole Amber says, what state do you live in? I live in South Dakota, Mitchell, as a matter of fact. Anybody heard of the Corn Palace? That's where I live. Nicole Amber, what is your favorite makeup brand? Physicians Formula. Nicole Amber, what do you do in your free time? I have a lot of that recently. But I love to read, I shop, I watch videos, I watch movies. I love movies. And the last question. So get this. What is your favorite pastime? And that is essentially the same thing. When I'm in the mood, I like to craft. I love searching stuff online. I love watching. I've got so many YouTube videos to catch up on. If I have not commented on any of your videos, it's probably because I haven't got to your videos yet. I've got so many to catch up on because I belong to 600. I think I have 600 people that I follow. So, and then to get emails from all those, holy mackerel. Anyway, watching YouTube is my passion right now, besides reading my books. I love to watch, love to search for new people to follow, new interesting things. So that is it for my questions and answers. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, give this video a big thumbs up. Please subscribe if you have not. And I will see you guys soon. Please go on over, make sure that you subscribe to me and enter my giveaway. And I'll see you guys soon. I love you all. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.